Hi everyone, welcome back for another episode of the Well with Tiff podcast, where I am sharing my own holistic wellness journey in the hopes that I inspire some of you all to pursue your own journeys as well. To be honest, I am escaping the matrix. I'm completely done with it. I don't want any more. It's gross. I'm tired of it. It's exhausting. I want more for my life. I want to live a life of authenticity, simplicity, and health. That's what I'm going to be sharing with you all. If that sounds good to you, then please feel free to stick around for more, and let's try to build a community around this. I want this to be your go-to place for tips, advice, friendship, community, relatability, all around holistic wellness and living authentically. So stick around for more because I've got plenty more to share and there's a lot more in store for you guys. So before we dive into today's chit chat, I want to start with some affirmations of self-love to embrace February. February is the month of love. It's a winter month. We're meant to reset, be calm, relax, really tune inwards during winter and be prepared for the future seasons. With these self-love affirmations, I really hope that you're able to find that compassion and that patience and that love for yourself from within. And then we'll have a little chit chat about how I reset in a new month, especially a winter month, and what are some of my gentle goals as I get into February. But first, we'll start with these affirmations. So I'll plan to recite each of these twice so they can really set in for you guys. And we're gonna go ahead and begin by getting comfortable. So find yourself a cozy spot that you really enjoy, that you really feel safe and cozy and comfortable in. And we're gonna go ahead and start with taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And if it's helpful for you, you can feel free to pause the video and take a few more deep breaths in and out so that you can really put yourself in the right mind space, really clear your mind, and be ready to receive these affirmations. All right, let's go ahead and dive in. I am my own greatest love story. I am my own greatest love story. I honor my body, mind, and soul with compassion and gratitude. I honor my mind, body, and soul with compassion and gratitude. I give myself the same kindness I so freely give to others. I give myself the same kindness I so freely give to others. Every day, I show up for myself with love and intention. Every day, I show up for myself with love and intention. I am worthy of love, care, and kindness, especially from myself. I am worthy of love, care, and kindness, especially from myself. Now take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. How are you feeling after that? Hopefully a little calmer, a little bit more compassionate for yourself. I hope you can go into February with a little bit of ease and love, reminding yourself always to put yourself and what you want out of life first. All right, let's go ahead and get into the content in today's video. I have a lot to chit chat about. So we're starting a new month, February. I absolutely love February because low-key, it feels to me like we're slowly coming out of the really cold, really dark parts of winter. And to me, it symbolizes new beginnings. Yes, that's also for January, but February is different. I feel like January, you're setting the foundations, you're really understanding what goals you want to achieve for 2025. And then February, it's like, okay, time to really focus, really hone in on making these new habits or new routines really stick. I really always look forward to February. It's the middle of the first quarter, and so it's really time to reflect and ponder on how you're going to accomplish those quarterly goals you've set for yourself. When I think about resetting at the beginning of a month or the end of the prior month, I think about it as resetting your physical space, resetting your mental space, resetting your emotional space, and just starting fresh. So the first thing that you really want to do is you really want to reset your physical space. So I usually like to start the month with a deep clean of my house. I make sure it's really thorough. I dust spaces. I make sure to really get in the nooks and crannies and really just start fresh. If I have anything like really cluttering and really piling up, I like to sort through those as well. So an example of this is I recently got a box of all my old childhood books and just different little knickknacks from my parents. And that's just been sitting in a corner for several weeks, embarrassingly, probably at least over a month, and I haven't done anything with it. And so I finally decided to just get rid of it. Sometimes we procrastinate on things that are really simple. We just don't feel like doing it in the moment. Getting that knocked out was the best thing ever for me, and I also realized, wow, it wasn't that hard at all. I literally just had to organize my books, put them on a bookshelf, figure out where I wanted my old photo albums to go, and it was actually kind of fun. I read through some old letters and cards my parents had given me over the years, and it was just like a very nostalgic and heartwarming moment. Why couldn't I have done that the minute I got that box? Let me know. I don't know, but that's just how it is. Sometimes we procrastinate, and it's important not to beat yourself up for that. Just find the time to actually do it and get it done. So that's out of the way, and now that box is no longer cluttering a corner, so we're happy about that. I also like to deep clean my kitchen, reorganize the pantry, make sure I can easily find things that I enjoy and like to eat and snack on. And I also like to clean out the fridge. It's time to take things out of the fridge, wipe down the shelves, make sure that everything is organized and you only have things that are one, not expired, two, things that you're actually eating in the fridge. The important thing is make sure you're starting your month in a home that's welcoming and inviting for you. Other things I like to do related to the home is this one little feng shui tip I came across on Pinterest, where you open the windows and you let in fresh air, you light candles, and it really just sets the vibe and just kind of resets the energy in your home. I recently got into feng shui very lightly. I don't remember how I came across that term or the concept. I think it was like watching a movie and they were talking about it. And I was like, huh, that's interesting. I never really thought about how you can reset the energies in your home to make them positive energies for you and how you're living your life. My Pinterest feed is currently filled with a lot of feng shui tips, but I really did resonate with that one because it makes a lot of sense. When you're starting over and you're resetting, it makes total sense to just let in some fresh air, clean out the bad energy, and start fresh in your home. And then thirdly, I like to also do audits of my closet, like I mentioned the pantry earlier, my technology. I will look through my closet, see what I'm wearing, what I don't really care to wear, or what I haven't been wearing like I thought I would be, and donating those. That way my closet is clutter-free, I only have exactly what I need, and it makes my decisions on what I'm gonna wear throughout the day and throughout the week a lot easier because it's simplified. It's what I'm actually choosing to wear. And I don't get that overwhelm of too many options. Similarly, with technology, I try to do an audit and a refresh of the apps that I'm using, cleaning out text messages, cleaning out photos. You know how screenshots all the time and they just go into the void. So I like to clear those out to make sure that it's just the photos that I actually want to see, just the videos, etc., things that I'm actually going to look back at on my phone. I also like to make sure that whatever information I'm storing on my laptop or my phone is organized in a way that's easy for me to re-engage with it in future moments. I like to make sure that whatever brain dumps I have put together are organized in a way that I'll be able to find them. So I try to categorize them by like to-dos, grocery lists. Genuinely, I do have a folder for brain dumps and ideas, creativity, goals, different things like that. I bucket them up so that they are easy for me to refer back to. I also will make sure that I do monthly financial and expense reviews. That's really important to know where you stand, what your money is going to on a monthly basis, and figuring out your savings plan and how you're doing with that. Doing that is really important because you need to have an understanding of your financial health so that you can make sure that one, you are saving for that rainy day, but then two, you're able to prioritize what leftover money you have for the important things that you want to do in your life or that you want to experience. For me, I like making sure that I have enough budgeted to, of course, save, and then also to make sure I can spend on the wellness and health activities that I enjoy, such as yoga, such as getting that nice smoothie or acai bowl once in a while, things like that. It's also important that you do that to make sure that you are tracking and targeting towards your financial goals. One thing I've done for my goals this year is I made sure to kind of break down what am I wanting to achieve each month, and then I'll make sure to check that box off if I'm actually achieving it each month. And so that's a good way to hold yourself accountable, because when you're actually tracking your habits on a regular basis, it gives you that little sense of satisfaction when you can just scratch something out or check it off and mark it as complete. All right, now just a target on the emotional and mental resets that I mentioned earlier. For that, I really like to make sure that I'm going for a nice long walk, longer than my usual daily walks, just because I really want to make sure to get out into nature. I want to really have that time to clear my mind, think about things. And if I'm not doing that alone, I do like to pair that time with an opportunity to catch up with a friend. And I feel like that's also really soothing for your soul too. Just being able to talk to your bestie, talk to your husband or your partner, and really just chat about things that are going on in your life in the past month. That is also a really good way to reset, because you're kind of reflecting what's going on and you're sharing experiences and learning from each other. I make sure to go through a series of reflective journal prompts on the past month, on my goals, what I'm thinking about, what I want to accomplish in the next month. And that's a good way to really get everything out of your mind and onto paper. I always find when I do an end of the month journal prompt or journal reflecting, I find that I am a lot lighter and I am ready to tackle the next month. I highly recommend that if you don't necessarily journal on an everyday basis or a weekly basis, doing it at least monthly is really good, because it's going to help you clear your mind, focus on what's important to you, and really start each month with intentions, with the right mindset and with the right vibes. And that's really important. All right, finally, I like to make sure that I do an all of the things shower to reset for the next month. So normally I don't like to do those because they just take so much time, but they're so lovely to do. For those all of the things shower, I'll make sure to do a deep condition with my hair. I'll shave, I'll do a scrub, I'll do all of the things. I'll take my time with it. I'll also make sure to end the shower with cold water just to really reset my nervous system and give myself that challenge and learn that self-discipline. So those are my ways that I like to reset and start fresh for the month. Now I'm going to get into what are my gentle, simple goals for February that'll help me achieve my longer term ambitions and plans. So for starters, I want to continue to get more steps in. Historically, it has been hard for me to always achieve 10,000 steps. I am working towards that. So I'm continuing to try to average more steps each month versus the past month. I'm going to continue working on that. I'm going to try to do a morning walk, an afternoon walk, and an evening walk, and we'll see how that goes. We're going to increase our steps, and I'm really excited about that. I also want to learn about more low impact exercises. I do try to break up my lifts and heavy workouts across a few days. So I do a lower body and upper body day, each of those twice a week. I want to learn more low impact ways to really strengthen and tone my body without having to always do lifting heavy weights. I feel like I want to just try to challenge my body in different ways that are going to be nourishing and just feel right in these winter months where we're supposed to be a little bit more subdued and calmer and resetting and growing in silence. We'll try that out and see how that goes. I also want to focus on self-love for the month of February. Like we mentioned earlier, I'm going to be making sure to do a lot of self-love affirmations, self-care affirmations. I'm going to try to make sure to be habitual about my journaling. I'm going to make sure that I'm eating nourishing foods and taking care of myself, prioritizing me and my self-care and my self-love. And so that's going to be a huge focus for me in February, honestly throughout the year, but since February is the month of love, it just feels especially fitting to do it in February and make it especially intentional. All right, in my last video, I talked about getting off of traditional social media, so that's going to be a big goal for me this month. I am going to be tracking the amount of time that I spend, how many times I feel the urge to get on social media, and I'm going to be limiting that time as well. I don't want to be on social media for more than 10 minutes a day. That's going to be hard, but we're going to do it. We're going to do it, and we're going to accomplish it, and we're going to start getting off of Instagram and TikTok. I want to find more meaningful connections online. I don't just want to be doom scrolling or just aimlessly following somebody else's life. I want to have meaning, and more importantly, I want to have my own life. So for the month of February, we'll limit our time and we'll track the time and the urges to get on, and we'll use that to inform next steps on how to get off of social media for good. I am particularly inspired by Carly Burr on YouTube. I'll link her channel below. She really did inspire me on how we can make this happen, how we can put this into practice. And I really enjoyed watching some of her videos on getting off of social media, on building her business without traditional social media. We're gonna follow along with her. She's amazing. And if you guys are curious to learn more about how to get off social media, I definitely recommend you check out her channel. And finally, I have a goal in 2025 to read at least 12 books. We have another goal for this month of reading at least one more book. So we'll see how that goes. So far, I've done a good job of reading regularly each night and just trying my best to get a few pages in. But what I do want to do is actually divide up the books that I'm reading by the amount of days that I have to read it, and actually like challenging myself to make sure to finish those increments each day. I think that'll be a little bit more of a challenge for me, because honestly I've just been reading as I have time, reading a few pages and calling that done. But I really want to challenge myself to make sure I stick to the habit of finishing 12 books in 2025. That'll be a really good way to keep me accountable, track my progress, and honestly get me reading a little bit more each day. So I'm really looking forward to these goals. That's all I have for you today. I hope you guys have an amazing start to the month. I hope the affirmations I shared earlier really help you to tune inward and find that love and compassion for yourself, that patience, and always remind yourself to prioritize you. Make sure you're putting you first. I know some people will say that's a selfish way to live, but you have to in this world or you'll lose yourself, and we don't want to do that. So if you have any other gentle, cozy goals you're working on for February, or other ways that you like to reset, please share those in the comments below so we can all learn and grow together. All right, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.